this is Sean Goodsell with the Mental Edge. Welcome to another edition of Mental Edge Live for Parents. Last week I talked about the importance of cultivating relationships with your kids and the use of quality questions as a tool to build that ability to understand and have quality conversations with your kids. Tonight what I want to talk about is something that I believe is kind of a lost art in families. I don't think that families sit down at the dinner table as much as they used to. I don't think families share meals together. I think because activities are going on constantly, we're eating in the car and one parent's going one way, the other parent's going the other way, and it just seems like a lot of details and a lot of things that families need to be dealing with together get lost. So in order to combat that problem, I think there's a couple things that we as parents need to instill within, the natural, order of our family. The first thing we need to do is we need to set clear expectations. And what I mean by clear expectations is that if you want your kids to get up at a certain time, you tell them to get up at that time. If they decide they don't want to get up at that time, make sure they understand what the natural consequence is for not getting up at that time. If you want them to put their dishes away, then tell them that you want them to put their dishes away, and that if they, can't seem to find a way to keep their side of the bargain, that there will be a consequence for that. There are so many of us parents that have these internal expectations for our kids, but we never communicate them to them. So they end up doing something that angers us, and we end up carrying around all this resentment towards them, and then the cultivation of that deep resentment, we start, being really mean and kind of moody, and, we just have kind of a sour attitude because we're carrying around all this resentment because our kids did things that made us angry or frustrated us. But if we were to look back, we may realize that we've never really laid down any clear expectations for them. So the first thing is that if you have expectations for your kids and you haven't communicated those expectations to your kids, make sure that you do that, because clear expectations can be the beginning of cooperation, can be the beginning of compromise, and can be the beginning of a feeling in your home that you feel like you have a little more control. The second thing I would encourage you to do is establish a weekly time for the family to get together and have a family meeting. And it doesn't have to be a long, drawn-out business meeting, but it should be a time where the family gets together and you should accomplish three things. Number one, what's coming up that we need to all look at as a family? What activities do each individual have coming up? What needs do we have as parents from our kids so that when they have things they want from us, they know how to ask us, they know how to get us the information we need so that we can make a quick response to them. Because one of the biggest frustrations kids have is that they come to us as parents with a request and then we put them off because we never have trained them or we've never communicated clearly what information we need so that we can give them a yes or a no. So the first part of a family meeting should be what's coming up. The second part is has anything gone on in the family that's left somebody feeling upset, left someone feeling angry, maybe left out, maybe hurt? There are so many things that happen each week in a family. We couldn't possibly predict and know everything that's going on in everyone's life. You have to understand that there are things that you and me as parents, we do that we don't intend to do, but we leave our kids feeling maybe resentful, maybe angry, maybe frustrated, maybe hurt, maybe disappointed, maybe sad. And if we don't have a place, a safe place where our kids can kind of tell us how we've impacted them or how somebody else has impacted them, then the resentment and the anger from those, unrepaired interactions will affect further interactions. They'll reduce the level of cooperativeness. They'll reduce the level of, calm in our house. And they'll increase the kind of sibling rivalry that you see because, people are very competitive. They want to feel like they can belong in some fashion. And so it's really important that you repair or clean up interactions that have been unresolved. And then the third thing is, after you've prepared for or looked at what's coming up, and you've repaired, what's going on or what has already gone on, then the last thing you want to do is you want to lay out expectations. This is what I expect of you this week. This is what I can do this week. This is, what I have coming up. This is what you can expect of me. The more that you can just do that as a family, the more that you can, stay in touch with each other and deal with things up front as opposed to dealing with them on the back end, just the more that your family has a chance of functioning in a cooperative and healthy fashion. So last week I talked about the value of quality questions. This week I wanted to talk about the value of clear expectations and the importance of family meetings and gathering together and talking about what's coming up, talking about what's already happened, and then looking at the kinds of things that will help your family function at a higher level. So thanks for watching tonight. I hope that you find these Mental Edge Live for Parents videos helpful. If there's anything I can do in the future to enhance your parenting capacity, don't be afraid to send me a comment. Don't be afraid to let me know some of the topics you'd like me to address. And one of the things I'm hoping for you is that you will take these videos and use them to create the kind of high impact that you're looking to create in the lives of your kids. Because there's no greater disappointment as a parent than feeling like you're missing the heart of your kid. And part of the reason why I'm producing these videos is I want to put some tools in your hands that will help you as a parent be at your best when you are in those moments with your kids that count the most. Until next time, have a great night. Bye-bye.